Good evening, YTPC. Sawgunner here. I'm back in my home in Tijuana. I've been back for a couple weeks now. I know it's been a while since my last video. My last video was showing you the house that we had purchased in the state of Tlaxcala. So now we're back here in Tijuana. Been home for almost 3 weeks now. Nothing like an ice cold Cerveza Victoria. It's hot. Not the beer, but the weather. With some bourbon. So tonight I wanted to do a revisited video. Which leads me to my housekeeping. So, housekeeping, I'm smoking my Peterson 306 system pipe. And then I have the subject of today's video from PS17 English Luxury. Now I call this a revisited video because some time ago I did a review on it, and man, was I way off the mark. Not in a bad way. I still like it just as much as I did then. But I don't think I properly characterized the blend. And since then, this has come to be one of my favorite blends. Which, let me tell you something. Probably my favorite blends are Englishes and Balkans. The heavier, the better. Like, I love the Latakia bombs, like Star of the East, Pirate Cake. I like those heavy, in-your-face Englishes. But, that's all fine and good for when it's, in the wintertime, when it's cold and wet and rainy and windy and miserable outside. Yeah, there's nothing like a good heavy English. But in the summertime, I just can't smoke those. It's like too heavy a blend for the summer weather. That's where this blend comes in. PS17 English Luxury. I would call this a year-round English. This is an English blend you can smoke in the summertime. Now the components are Virginia, Burley, Black Cavendish, and Latakia. Let's get the jar note. This comes in bulk. And I buy this stuff by the pound. It's that good. Oh, man. Well, that's never happened. Luckily, I have a backup jar. Oh, man. I don't know if you can see that. It's a ribbon cut. The jar note is that smoky campfire Latakia. And then after that, I would say I can detect those burleys. Now it's like a challenge. So yeah, jar note, campfire smokiness, and you smell that cocoa nutty burley. Now, back when I first did my review, it was over a year ago, I said that this was a burley forward blend. And I have to say I was wrong. The burley is not driving the bus in this blend. It's not the lead component. It's there. It's not hiding, but it's just not the main event. In fact, I would say, if anything, this is a very well-balanced blend where you get all the components. You get, I get that. I get the smoky Latakia. And I get that burley with the black Cavendish. To me, this is very codgery. I would call this a codger English. So I get that kind of bready Virginia. The cocoa nuttiness from the burleys, the smokiness from the Latakia. And that black Cavendish really just smooths it out. I would say this is like to me, in my opinion, I would say like this is Father Dempsey meets Prince Albert. Because it has all the components and flavors of a mild to medium English, like Father Dempsey. But then there's something familiar there for us codgers. I get that codger burley flavor coming through. This is fast becoming one of my favorite blends. Very good. I like it. So I would say if you're the type of person that you like a good English, but just, you find it difficult to smoke in the summertime, you can't go wrong with this. This is a good summertime English. It's got, it gives you that, it scratches that itch of wanting an English blend without it being overbearing. This is really good. In fact, one of the reviews that I saw on YouTube the guy had a 5-pound bag of this stuff. And at the time I thought, man, why would you buy 5 pounds? Now, yes, if I was going to buy 5 pounds of tobacco, of one blend, it would be this one. It's that good. It's buttery and creamy. I even smoke this in the wintertime because it's an all-day smoke. This won't overload your palate like some of the Englishes or Balkans will. You can smoke this all day, back to back. So there you have it, folks. My thoughts, for whatever that's worth, on PS17 Luxury English, or English Luxury. You know, I wanted to share some random thoughts. You know, I had excuse me. I smoked a pipe with my son earlier today. We had some of this, Rattray's Old Gowrie. This is a good summertime blend. It's Virginia, Kentucky, and Perique. Good stuff. But last week, I had a pipe with my son, and we were smoking some Sutliff spiced rum. Now, that's a blend you can't get anywhere. They don't make it anymore. You know, Sutliff got, bought out by STG. So that's a blend that both he and we both really enjoy. And we're just not going to be able to get it. So when we run out of the little bit that we have, that'll be it. And what was really kind of ironic, as we were smoking that Sutliff spiced rum, we were talking about one of our favorite hamburger joints that had gone out of business. Well, they're not out of business completely. They're just not in San Diego anymore. Now, one of our favorite hamburger places was a restaurant called Fuddruckers. Now, they're still in business. I think they only have one location in California now, but that's way up in the Bay Area. No, there used to be, here in San Diego, there was at least 2 or more locations, and they've all gone out of business. And the thing is, you talk about a good hamburger. Fuddruckers was a good place to get a hamburger. But we were talking about, we were smoking a tobacco that we can't get anymore, talking about a restaurant that we'll never eat in again. And times change, and not always for the better. Now, am I saying that's the end of the world? We can't get Sutliff spiced rum or eat at Fuddruckers? No. I'm just saying that those were things that we enjoyed that we can't anymore. That's kind of sad. I'm not going to drive all the way up to Concord, California to eat at Fuddruckers. Never be able to get my spiced rum again. things change. I guess we just gotta adapt and improvise, adapt and overcome. So, well, that's all I have. I've been rambling on. This video's getting long, so that's all I wanted to say, guys. And well, have a good night. See, today's, what is today? Thursday. And when you're retired, the days just all kind of run to, one day is the same as the other. And that's why I've kind of slowed down on making videos. I don't just want to jump on here and make a video just to make a video. My day is kind of like Groundhog Day. One day is, pretty much a carbon copy of the previous. So, but when I have something to say or content to make, I will definitely be on here. And I love you guys, and I miss you guys. It's been a while, a couple weeks since my last video. But, all right, well, you guys take care, and if you haven't tried it, PS17, Peter Stockholm English Luxury. Give it a try. All right, guys, well, you take care, and have a good night. All right, bye-bye.